So it is a beautiful, rainy summer Monday. So what better time to start talking about the steps? Um, so I know you can't read this. This is essentially just a prop at this point. But that says the 12 steps and just lists the 12 steps. This is of Alcoholics Anonymous, but essentially the 12 steps of all 12-step programs are the same. The only difference is going to be what is listed in the first step as far as what we are powerless over. But really, this is just to cover up what I've written underneath of it. It was too much to write while I'm sitting here filming, so I wrote it beforehand. But so I said I want to go through this, the 12 steps, which I will. And then it occurred to me that I felt important to start with this concept of step zero. And I first learned of step zero through a gentleman that I've talked about here before, Dave Matukaitis, at Father Martin's. He used to do a lecture about it and talk about it quite a bit. And I think it's an overlooked part of the process. And you know, in the 12-step program, it's not uncommon that if one is struggling on a step, to go to the previous step and to see if that step was done thoroughly, and if there's anything left from that step. So if someone is struggling on a fourth step, to go back to the third step to see if they've you know, really made a decision, turn their will and their life over. If someone is struggling on a third step, to go back to the second step and really see if there's been this belief that this higher power can restore them to sanity. So if someone's having trouble with the program at all, and I guess I should say that when there's talk of the program, this is the program, the 12 steps. The program is not meetings. Meetings are a place where fellowship happens, unity happens, but the program are the 12 steps. This is the design for living. This is the program. This is how it works, so to speak. Meetings are important, but meetings aren't what changes people. The steps are what changes people. So when people talk about the program, they're talking about the steps. Um, but to talk about step zero, we go to chapter 5 in the book, and in getting this book, I don't know if anyone out there will know this, but some people do. So I have it looks older than it is, but there's a reason for that. It says some people will know why this looks the way it does. It's been through a lot. It was in my office at a period of time when I was at this place, and I did some things and made this look worse than it does. It's not as old as it looks, but it went through some stuff. So anyway, so when you go to chapter 5, which is how it works, which is a pretty common reading, right? It's read a lot of meetings. Rarely have we seen a person fail thoroughly follow these steps. Right before it talks about the steps, there's this line where it says, if you have decided you want what we have and are willing to go to any lengths to get it, then you're ready to take certain steps. And in there lies step zero. So there's a couple parts to it, and actually a little more to it than that, but we'll start with that. So the two parts we'll focus on, which are really important, that we gloss over, or not that people can gloss over a lot. So the first part, if you have decided you want what we have, right? So right here, do you want this thing? Like, is sobriety, and again, this can be any program, any program you're in. Is this recovery thing something you want? Like, are you going to meetings and looking around and saying, I want this? Like, these are people I want to be like. Or are you in meetings like, God, this is not for me. Like, these people are, I don't know I don't want anything to do with this. If that's the case, then how are the steps going to work? Like, you're working towards something you don't want to be. So that's important, a decision that you actually want this thing. You're not going to work towards something you're not looking for. So you decided you want what we have. Now, the other part is really quite important, and are willing to go to any length to get it. Any length to get it. And that's a big one. And boy, is that glossed over. Any length to get it. It backs this up further in the reading. It reinforces this just a couple lines later, where it says, half measures avail us nothing. So any length to get it, half measures avail us nothing. Half measures don't avail half, they avail nothing. So any length to get it. Now, what's often said in meetings and through stories is how far we'll go for a drink or a drug. So here's the most common thing that I see, which is I've always found funny, is that a meeting is from 8 to 9. At 8:59, if anyone's sharing, you're going to see some attitudes. You're going to see some behaviors come out. And God forbid it's 9 o'clock and someone's still talking. I mean, you're going to see some character defects. You may see, if it's 9:01, 9:02, you're going to see people leave. You're going to see people just exasperated that someone's still talking. Tapping their feet, looking at their watches, sighing. They're just beside themselves that the meeting time has ended, that people are still talking. Now, I'd be amazed if closing time at a bar was 2 a.m. and come 1:59 and last call's not called, that these same people were having these same reactions. Like, aren't they going to close? Like, we should be getting ready to leave here. Like, what are they doing? And like, come 2 a.m., like, these people are just really upset that they're not asked to leave this bar. But a meeting, God forbid. So we'll go to any length, I mean any length, for our drug of choice. But a meeting, now we will go to great lengths, I will say, to do 12-step work, to help someone, to be there with someone. We'll go to any length, but we have this kind of hierarchy in our brains about what's important and what's not. I think it's natural. But so this says any length to get it. So will you go at least as far as you would for a drink or a drug that for recovery? And so if these two things are true, that you do want what we have and are willing to go to any length, then you're ready to take certain steps, but not before. So if you're having a tough time with step one, if you're having a really tough time just with the sobriety, the powerlessness part, go back, look at this. Are you really willing to go to any length? And is this something you even want? Is this something you're even looking for? See if the issue isn't with step 0. So hopefully that helps. Then we'll break down step 1 next time.